that you wanted to entertain, but there ought to be a better way. If it isn't thugs with weaponry, slinging drugs and excessive pay, the feminine gender disrespectfully referenced or sexual preference degraded, then it's disseminating the desperate vein. Aggressive claims they're special and they'll never fade. Sounds rather pathetic, eh? Let's debate. If you're so intense and greatly creative, then authenticate. I mean, what did you expect, I'd say? Try new topics, let's be honest. When you expect positive responses from a boss at a job, if you jotted, I have a marvelous resume in the margins of your resume. Creative, this is life, no more fabrication. Different, honest artist goals and aspirations. Creative, crafting truth with bold imaginations. Different, with hopes to heal a vocal vaccination. Creative, this is life, no more fabrication. Different, honest artist goals and aspirations. Creative, crafting truth with bold imaginations. Different, with hopes to heal a vocal vaccination. So for this next song, you guys know, anyone know my album, The Inevitable Effort?
Yes!
Oh, awesome. If you don't, I think that noise should convince you to hit the merch table later and support my new project by getting it. Thank you. I love you guys so much. So this next song is called Homesick is Where the Heart Is. It's about growing up in Selden, a little bit. It's a little bit about that. It's a little bit about that. It's also a little bit, there's a lot of people here from like elementary school that are here, from like Jericho Elementary. Yeah. That's right. And it's good. It's good to see old friends. It's good to see new ones. Friends are like wine. I'm not gonna emphasize why. I'm just gonna let you think about that. Send me something on Facebook. Yo, you know why? You were right about that. So this is an easy chorus for you to help out with. You just say the word homesick. So we're gonna try that out. Those of you who know it, help your people who are new here. So I'm homesick but needed to move out. I'm homesick in the streets of this new town. I'm homesick, try teaching it to crowds the things that I grew sprouted since leaving my roots grounds. I'm homesick but needed to move out. I'm homesick in the streets of this new town. I'm homesick, try teaching it to crowds the things that I grew sprouted since leaving my roots grounds. Homesick but needed to move out. I'm homesick in the streets of this new town. I'm homesick, try teaching it to crowds the things that I grew sprouted since leaving my roots grounds. I'm homesick but needed to move out. I'm homesick in the streets of this new town. I'm homesick, try teaching it to crowds the things that I grew sprouted since leaving my roots grounds. My roots, my home, my place. My roots, my home estate is blue as ever, though it's almost gray. A poet would claim it's a moping, complaining man whose bones would quake when the weakest wind would blow its frame. Adjacent to the school we used to go and skate. Around this cold we play with snowy games. We're singing to the some slopes to slate. Something spellbinding experienced in them slower days. But oddly Newfield is starting to feel old and plain. After Jericho, my folks only waited 2 grades to nomad stay mobile and stay tents down. 3 rooms just won't contain 6 now. Smithtown was unknown and strange. I was stubborn, seldom a social strain. Unapproachable, homesick for Selden, strode enslaved to visit it. Sit with my kin since I felt solely safe. After I awoke and gained friends, sold insane flicks, returning 08 to live with old neighbors in a low-rate donated crib off the family and love of Loretta and my homie Greg. That's family enough, and indefinitely I owe you thanks. After 2 years in my chosen coin to boat and base, I shed that shed for a higher calling that phoned my brain off the Rolodex of notes I take in between working that fast food pass-through window and late-night strolls that glow with brake lights, noses close and fragrant, smoking spray cans as I gaze as Romer stained the Da Vinci Code and glaze over the gross mundane. Chicken scratch on bricks with tats from toys who gloated gain, but no grace, an era I mostly crave. I've grown in craze, sinking, shrinking feelings, but also growing pains. I know the saying, nothing gold can stay. I felt this potent sagely quote, retain the woeful dates, the ghost of grace like Poppy and Dano's souls were towed away. At last, it evaded my poker face and went to motivate, so I hit that blotch road that's way overdue for a coat of paint. Repair those potholes like graves that pockmark its broken face, to go and make a show out of my boldest traits with what I wrote on page printed, when I flow on stage expanded, hopes to change listeners and bestow that same wisdom. I'm homesick but needed to move out. I'm homesick in the streets of this new town. I'm homesick, try teaching it to crowds the things that I grew sprouted since leaving my roots grounds. I'm homesick but needed to move out. I'm homesick in the streets of this new town. I'm homesick, try teaching it to crowds the things that I grew sprouted since leaving my roots grounds. You might be able to relate to this one. To be honest and admit it, I'd rather pay homage than a visit to the stomping grounds I've lived in, as it's odd all the differences, the altering businesses and the faltering flimsy strips and the boarded up windows split from the mom and pops withering, the nostalgia I get hit with when my childhood's reminisce. Call it a haunt with conviction, wolf all the horror considered when seeing hollowed-eyed filthy kids and they're clawing to fill a fix, and the mauling of innocence shredded to shriveled bits of festering filaments. No belonging spelt in the midst of this experience, just nauseousness from homesicknesses. Taking stock of things, altered on my old property, frustrated, feeling like a foreign freak. Now I talk on beats recording these philosophies intensify, all with the honest feeling of destiny to represent these times. What a legacy I intend to write, and songs to feed my obsolete friends with a sense of pride. Despite that, when I get to see them, it's never what I'd expect to find. Suddenly you get to bump into someone you haven't seen in several months. You spend a couple minutes catching up, some retrospective chuckles on how your friendship was. Talk about what severed us, exchange cell numbers, it's never mentioned, but you knew they'd blow off your message once. You swear you'll change your ways after you take your separate ones. Well, it's another several months and that phone is yet to buzz. I guess we should expect as much in these situations, it rarely ever does. So my sincerest respect and love to all of y'all who've kept in touch. I'm homesick but needed to move out. I'm homesick in the streets of this new town. I'm homesick. Try teaching you to crowds the things that I grew sprouted since leaving my roots grounds. I'm homesick but needed to move out. I'm homesick in the streets of this new town. I'm homesick. Try teaching it to you the things that I grew sprouted since leaving my roots grounds. Thank you.